So I read the guide to the social media audit, and I thought about it a lot, kind of just in the aspect of, you know, when I was looking at the social media audit, I was seeing how different engagements and everything would work, and how, the author said, putting one together, they listed from 1 to 5 on challenges versus opportunities. And one of the things that I realized, like, they were talking about customer engagement and how they were going through and trying to measure positive versus negative engagement, and how, on their Twitter they were seeing negative engagement, just kind of dealing with customers' complaints and kind of putting out fires, where their competitor was really, actively using hashtags and going through and trying to encourage positive outcomes and encouraging people to have a more positive view on their Twitter feed. And one of the things I really thought was, like, that's a really good point, but at the same time, you're paying someone, or you're paying a company. I know the chocolate company was saying that they were paying their outside consulting firm to go in and create this app and everything else. And they said, like, oh yeah, we sent 300,000 chocolate profile pictures or pictures regarding that in a few days. But one of the things that they didn't really see was that, 150,000 followers, what is actually the ROI on that? You're spending all of that money and giving that to a company to increase your follower count and everything else. You can pay to increase your follower count anyway, but are you getting the click throughs? Are you getting the site traffic? Are you getting the people buying more chocolate, or, using your company more by actually going through and having the engagement and sales? Because really what you're looking for is sales and that. That's one of the things I don't think the article really addressed, was you're doing all of this and engaging in social media to have a positive brand outlook, but can you measure the return on investment for that? Hiring a company or paying a department and paying a team, because I mean, a lot of these big companies require a team of people to keep these things going. And then also, that creates a huge liability. There's been some times where people have gone through and created questionable or objectionable content for a company's Twitter, um, that, when looking back, like, great, you spent all this money, you spent all these people's jobs, you did everything, and now it's all for nothing because people have a terrible view on your company, and you actually make the news cycle for what you did wrong, not what you did right. So I think, I mean, conducting a social media audit is going to be worthwhile, but at the same time, you really have to see, the company said, oh, well, we're not getting really any click throughs on Flickr or anything else like that. Well, yeah, Flickr's not made for that, but at the same time, all right, well, we're spending all this money on our Instagram page, and we're paying Mark in accounting or whatever, or in marketing, to go through and make these posts every day, and 20 posts a day. And okay, so we're paying someone, a good salary, $50,000 a year, and you're only driving $5,000 with business. So I think sometimes people really, uh, especially in this article, say, like, oh, it's great, and conducting an audit is worthwhile, and it definitely is. But just because you're getting activity and positive brand, you know, recognition, doesn't always mean that it's actually going to be a worthwhile investment for you. And I know marketing is kind of like a money losing uh, department usually, because you're spending money in marketing and you can't always see the return on investment. So I think when we first went through, and I think it was a week or two ago, we went and actually looked at what an audit was, and that really had a lot to do with the ROI. And I think that that's one of the things that the Harvard Business Review kind of missed, was, hey, this is how you do it, this is what it is, this is what it would look like, but really missed the main key point, was the money. So that's really kind of what I thought about the ultimate guide to the social media audit.